I think I was just eating. But welcome to the live today. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. How was your day? How was your day today? I hope you all had a wonderful day. I hope you had a good day, at least if it wasn't wonderful. Mine was okay. A lot of work, definitely. I worked a lot today and I feel tired. I am kind of tired today. I'm gonna try to keep my mood up for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to try, but I do have to say that today I feel tired. It is 7 p.m. in Houston, Texas, and I am about ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go to bed. Maybe it's the heat. It could be the heat. It was very hot today. It was very hot today, so maybe that's what it is. But I am here and I'm going to just wait a few minutes to give YouTube time to notify everyone that we are live and give everybody time to to get on the live. Hello. We're just waiting a little bit to give a little bit of time for more people to come. I stayed indoors when it's hot outside. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Kathy. Hello. Yeah, and you are right. You are right. I had to go. I had to go out. I wasn't working today, but I had to go out a few times, and I also have to walk doctor's orders. So I went for a walk about an hour, and then I also had to go out a few times to run some errands. So I think it's probably that. I don't know why, but I feel exhausted today. But something tells me it's the heat. Something tells me it's the heat. Central Florida. Okay. I've been to Florida, but it was such a long time ago. It was over 10 years ago. And I went to, where did I go? West Palm. I went to West Palm. And also, I think I've been to another city in Florida, but it was so long ago. I don't, I don't even remember. I liked it. I liked it. I like Florida a lot. I like Florida a lot. Have you been to Texas, Kathy? Have you been to Texas? I don't know if it's the same kind of heat. I think it probably is just hot and humid. I didn't go to Disney World. You didn't go to Disney World? No, no, I didn't go to Disney World. When I went to West Palm, it was a training school, and I was there for 2 weeks. It was a long time, and I was in class every day, all day. I was in class every day, all day. So I just remember going from the home to the school, and from the school to the home. That's it. I don't think we didn't do much when I was in Florida. So I think I do need to go to Florida and see what it's like. And I have never been to Disney World. I've never been to anything Disney, not Disneyland, not Disney World, never. From Massachusetts, that's a cold place. That's a cold place in 2002. Wow, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. When you move from Massachusetts, that was a long time ago. And do you like Florida? Is it better? Because when you say I moved from Mass, I'm thinking that's Massachusetts. Hello, Oma. Welcome to the vlog. Yes, very cold winters. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Kathy. I'm going to tell you a little story. Real quick. I'm going to try to make it quick. Hi, Oma. Welcome to the vlog. We're just giving a few minutes, just a couple more minutes for people to connect. So I'm going to tell you a short story, Kathy. When in 2003, I moved to the US. I first moved to the US in 2003. And the first place I moved to was Chicago. And unfortunately for me, I went from Central Africa to wintertime Chicago, okay? It was so cold. I was freezing cold. And obviously, I did not have the right kind of clothing, right? Just coming from a warm climate, never seen the snow, never been in any kind of cold environment. outside of, when you open the fridge and it's cold. That's the only cold I knew. And I went from that to Chicago in the middle of the winter. And for the first time in my life, it was like dark at 4 p.m. I went into this major depression. I called my parents and said, I gotta move out. I have to leave this place. After just a few weeks, I was ready to be gone. And I left and I moved to Texas. So I've never been to Massachusetts, but I know a little bit about cold. It is very cold. I was sad. Yes, Kathy, I was sad. In Northern Ontario, we get by. Oh, yeah. Canada. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, Oma and Kathy, I don't know if I could ever lived in Massachusetts or Canada, because just the thought of how cold it can get. And I don't know. I don't know. So I live in Texas, and then I also lived in Las Vegas, where it's very cold, a different kind of cold. It's cold and dry, a different kind of cold. And I lived in Mexico. In terms of weather, I think Mexico City was the best for me. Texas is like Florida. Yep. Texas is like Florida. Very good. I can't move back to Massachusetts. I'm sure you cannot. After being, in Florida for so long. After being in Florida for so long. Further north, the winters are a little drier. Okay. Oh, I can't think of, no, I would not go to a place that gets that cold. I would not. And it's not so much just the cold, it's also the seasonal depression. It's also the seasonal depression that I get. It just hits me so hard. I need sunlight. I need sunlight and I need warmth in order to stay in a good mood. And I wouldn't do that. Sometimes, during the pandemic, because I work as a nurse, during the pandemic, I was offered a position in where was it? Alaska. Turned it down. I can't go there. No, I cannot. All right, but welcome to the vlog. I think it's time we start. I think it's time winter getting it out. Oh no. Oh wow. No, yeah. Let's begin with the vlog. Today we're talking about the things that I think that we absolutely need in our kitchen, especially when we are on a small budget. I feel like in my case, that's my case. I don't know how it is for you. You let me know, but I do tend to eat the same meals over and over again. It works well with my small budget because if I know the few things that I can buy, I know how much they cost, I know how to cook them, I know how long they're going to last me. So because of that, I tend to eat the same meals over and over again. Now, to be a little honest, I also do want to be honest, I am a lazy cook. I do not like to cook. So eating the same food, it just fits with my life and my personality. But when we eat the same thing, I feel like seasoning becomes very important. And I am a sucker for seasoning because I believe that the right seasoning can make any food tastes better, any food tastes good. And when we are on a small budget, we might not be able to afford absolutely everything at once. But today, I would like us to talk about the seasonings that we should get, that we can get on a small budget. We're gonna start from the small kitchen, the small budget. Well, it's always gonna be a small budget, but we're gonna start with the things that I think we should get first. You let me know what your opinion is. Things that we should get first. And then from there, we can grow the pantry. We can expand. I am a very strong believer, that really the only thing that you need in your kitchen is salt. Salt. I believe that the right amount of salt can make anything taste great. And if you don't have money to buy a lot of things, salt. Hi from Brazil. Hello. from this. If you don't have a lot of money, salt is the first thing you should get. Whatever type of salt you want to get. You believe table salt is unhealthy, but whatever type of salt you think is best is the one that you should get. And it's the one that you should cook with. Okay? This is for small budget, but if you can afford a different kind or several kinds, go ahead and do that. I think that when we are on a very, very strict budget, that's about it. That's about it. But I am a sucker for seasoning. I love seasonings. I love to go to different countries and go to the local market and go to the street market or whatnot and see what kind of seasonings that they use and buy some and bring them with me. So I have quite a few. I don't just have salt. I started with salt, but now I have quite a few. Okay. I do like Himalayan salt. I think it's great. I do think that Himalayan salt is great. And I actually have, they are pretty big actually, in this. I don't know why I didn't take it out. It's over there. It's over there. We're in my kitchen. You see right there? It's in, well, yes, it's in there. But it's in a different container and I didn't think about taking it out. All right. So now the next thing that I think we should get in a kitchen in terms of seasoning is an all-purpose seasoning. That's my opinion, an all-purpose seasoning, because it has a little bit of everything in there. And that way, you don't have to buy the pepper and you don't have to buy this and you don't have to buy that. If you have an all-purpose seasoning, it's great to have on hand. But when I talked about it recently in one of my videos, a lot of you guys said in the comments, I have a little box here, you see I have quite a lot. A lot of you guys said in the comments that instead of all-purpose seasoning, you prefer Italian seasoning. You prefer Italian seasoning instead of an all-purpose seasoning. And I do like Italian seasoning as well. I know you can't really see, but I've used quite a lot of it. I do like Italian seasoning as well. Ethiopian Berber seasoning. No, I have not. No, I have not. If it's something that can be bought online, please leave the link in the comment, or I'll see if I can find it on Amazon and try, because I love seasoning. But no, I have not tried that. $6. $6 for the Himalayan salt, Kathy. And use the same salt for years. Okay, and where did you get that? Where did you get that for $6? Is that Walmart or is that a local shop? So salt, and according to many people online, Italian seasoning is the next thing that you should get. I bought my second seasoning was an all-purpose seasoning, and I really do, I do like it. But as you can see, I also have Italian seasoning. Now, the next things that I'm going to show you, they all come from Sam's Club, and I am not being paid by Sam's Club. Nobody has sponsored me. I'm not pushing Sam's Club on anybody. The only reason I have it, it's because Sam's Club is across the street from me. If I stand outside, I can see Sam's Club. I can walk to Sam's Club, and I do. It is the closest shop from my house. So obviously I'm gonna have a lot of things from Sam's Club. That is the only reason I'm showing several things from Sam's Club here. But do I not like Sam's Club? I like Sam's Club. I like Sam's Club. It's great. Okay? I like Sam's Club. It's great. So other seasonings that I think are also important to have, black pepper. That's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one. And all the seasoning from Sam's that I have, obviously, they come in these big bottles. Black pepper is good to have. I also have onion powder that I think is also good to have. And I have, obviously, garlic powder. So I think those are very important. Salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And the reason I do powders because they last longer for me. There's only me here. I only feed myself. and I don't cook very often. I found that trying to buy fresh onions and fresh garlic, a lot of times they go to waste, and to me, that's basically throwing food in the garbage. 20 years. Yeah, it's probably gonna last me that long as well. It's probably gonna last me that long, right? She said a bottle that big would last me 20 years. I think so. It's probably going to last me that long as well. I buy onions and chop and dehydrate them. Oh, that is very good. Yes, buying and dehydrating. I've seen it online that many people, well, not many people, but some people I've seen online dehydrate the vegetables. I think it's a great idea. I do not have a dehydrator. Maybe at some point in my life I get there, because I would love to be in control of what I eat, my vegetables and everything, but I'm not at that point in my life. So I go to Sam's Club, I buy the big box. I have had this for 2 years, 3 years. I have had this for 3 years, and here's where I am. Okay, I don't cook very often. I have friends who love to eat, who love to cook, and at their house it's the two of them, and they always have fresh onions, fresh everything. They chop the onions and the garlic, and and their food is amazing. Their food is amazing, but that's not something that works for me, being that I live alone. I only cook once a week, and I microwave the rest of the week. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Dehydrating the onion peel. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's incredible how many things we can eat. Okay, so garlic, black pepper, and onion powders, I think, are also important to have. Now, depending on, I think that would be the basics in the kitchen. That would be, for me, the basics in the kitchen. From that point, if you have a little money, I do have a lot of spices, but I didn't get those spices on the same day. I didn't just go to the store and I got this and bought this and bought this and bought that, right? I have been in the US for 4 years. I moved here twice. The second time, I've been in the US for 4 years, and it took me 4 years to build the spices, the spice collection that I have right now. And I'm looking forward to have one that's even bigger than what I have now. But I think that from there, from that basic, it's important to give space to cultural preferences. Somebody was talking about the berber spice from Ethiopia, and that's wonderful. But I feel like we also do have to give space to, number one, personal preferences, and number two, cultural preferences, once we have the basics. So I live in Texas, and like many Texans, I like Buc-ee's. I like Buc-ee's. Not I love Buc-ee's. Let me know if you know what Buc-ee's is and if you've ever been to a Buc-ee's, but I do love Buc-ee's. And so at Buc-ee's, I get this. I get this at Buc-ee's. I really like this. I like this. Cajun seasoning, it's very good. So that is a personal preference. It is not so much a cultural preference. It is a personal preference. It wasn't super expensive. I was able to afford it last time I went. It was the only thing I got. It was the only thing I got. But I do like this one right here. It is from Buc-ee's. Yes, I think that Cajun seasonings, I think it's very good. I think it's very good. Now, before I got this one, in my search for Cajun seasoning, I got this. Yeah, I know it's big. It's huge. Did I get this from Sam's Club? I don't know where I got this. But a friend of mine, she was like, this is very good. You should get this. And I had just moved to the US. And she was like, you should really get this. It's really good. So I went to the store, and I don't know which store I went to, and I got this. It's very salty. It is very salty. I've had it definitely for 4 years. I've had it definitely for 4 years, and I use it with caution. It is very salty. But again, this is a personal preference. This is a personal preference. And it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I didn't like it. And it's not that I wouldn't recommend somebody to get it if that's, your style, if that's your style. But I prefer this one. I prefer to use this one, right? So basic spices in the kitchen that we talked about salt being the number one, right? Once you have salt, I personally believe you don't really need other things. If you don't have the money, that's fine. And then there are the basic spices. The basic spices, onion, garlic, black pepper, to me are the basic spices, and all seasoning spice, and also Italian spices. Many of you would categorize Italian seasoning in, as basic spices. So once we are done with the basic spices, then we move to personal preferences, right? I showed you my personal preferences. There is something else that I want to show you in terms of personal preferences. This one here, this is the big one. I told you I like Cajun seasoning. Right? I do. So then I found this one again at Sam's Club. I like this. And you know how I know that I like this? Because I have had this for maybe 6 months. And that's where it is. I have had this for maybe 6 months. And this I have had for 4 years. And these I have had for 6 months. So I like this. I like this a lot. I do really like Cajun seasoning. Another thing that I think is a personal preference is cinnamon. I do like cinnamon. I like cinnamon a lot. I think that there's better in terms of cinnamon. There's better quality cinnamon, and I'm still looking for something that I could have at home. But for now, I have this, and that's good enough. And that's cinnamon. I like cinnamon. I like cinnamon a lot. What is your favorite spice? That's what I want to know. I would really love to know what your favorite spice is. Really, really, I would love to know. Mine is right here. I'm going to show you mine. It is right here. And in my kitchen, it is the only thing, that I will buy fresh, because I know I will use it every single time. I can do so much with it. It is my favorite spice of all time. Let me know in the comment section which one is yours. Mine is ginger. My favorite spice is ginger. I love ginger, guys. I love ginger, guys. So I buy this quite often. I ran out of it several times a week. Several times in the year. You don't have a fave. Oma doesn't have a fave. Okay. I ran out of ginger several times in the year, and I buy it over and over and over again. I like ginger in everything. And I love ginger tea. So it is my favorite spice, ginger. And ginger is also the only thing that I will buy fresh. So I know that I was just talking about not buying spices fresh because I don't use them very often. But as you can see, there is a little bit of exception here. Ginger is definitely an exception for me. I will buy it fresh, and I will use it all. It's never gonna go bad. Not in my house. Ginger will not go bad. You keep some fresh ginger in the freezer. Yes, it is very good for health. Ginger is excellent. Ginger is excellent for health. I have to say I use it mostly for the taste. I like the taste of ginger, but I also know that it's very, very good. It's very good for health. All right, so the next thing that I have here is this little bucket here, and it has a whole bunch of little things, and those are spices that are also, to me, pretty good to have. Things that I like. I like curry. I like curry powder. Again, not sponsored by Walmart. It's just that I happen to have a Walmart next to Sam's Club. And like I said, Sam's Club is the closest shop from my house. But across the street from Sam's Club, there's a Walmart. There's a super center. There's a super center Walmart. So, of course, that's where I shop. I really do like curry. I like curry, but that's something that I keep as well. And then I have paprika, smoked paprika, regular paprika. I love that as well. I have it here. Now in this bucket, I have a few little things like ground cumin. I have that. Those are spices that I don't use very often. And actually, a lot of times, it's in my kitchen for when people come to my house and they cook at my house. I have a lot of friends who love to cook, and this is really there for them. And like I was saying, I do have a limited budget. Please do not think that I bought all of this at once. It took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to have all the things that I've shown you. I just buy a little bit at a time. That's it. I do have paprika, chili powder. That's the newest one here in my collection, is chili powder. That's why it's almost not used. Well, actually it is. I haven't used it yet. I just got it. This week. So that's chili powder. But to be honest, by far, my favorite one here in this little bucket, my favorite one here is curry powder. I do like it quite a lot. Now, remember that earlier, if you were not connected yet, earlier I was talking about the fact that I like to go, whenever I travel, I like to go to the local market and see what kind of spices they have and what they use in their cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. I can be at a spice market all day long and I feel like I am in paradise. I love to go to the spice market. A few years ago, I got to go to Turkey with a friend. Many years ago, I went to Turkey with a friend, and we went to Istanbul. And they have, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. If you remember the name of that huge market they have in Istanbul, please let me know what it's called. But we went to this huge market and they sold just all kinds of things there. All kinds of things for the home, clothes, shoes, electronics, just about everything. My favorite thing about that market was the spice place. And I came out with so much. I came out with so much. I was the happiest for a very long time. And I believe this was 2010. I believe this was in 2010. So like I said, it was a long time ago. I love that market. So what I'm going to show you next are the spices that I have collected from other countries. Those spices are not available here in the US. They do have Instagram, and I will put the links in the description bar. But what I'm trying to say is that as you're building your spice collection, as you're building your pantry, please consider giving a space for special things that you love, for things, spices that mean something to you, spices that remind you of a place or that remind you of a person. If you can have the budget for it, go ahead and get the budget for it. And I think that that's part of the thing that make the kitchen so special. It's part of the things that's going to make your cooking special. And that's going to, from time to time, get you out of that funk, because I do eat the same things all the time and they taste the same. But whenever I get to switch the spices, then it tastes like it's a completely different meal, and I am super duper happy. So please, if it is in your budget, do consider adding some spices that reminds you of something, that bring a special emotion in your heart and a wonderful memory in your head. So The spices that I have here are from two countries. They are from two countries. One, we're gonna do with the ones from back home. These are from my country. And I have four of them. I'm gonna show them to you. They're written in French because we are French speakers. I had to learn English. These are the four ones. They are from home. And those spices are from a company called Fusion de Saveur. That's their logo right here. I don't know if you can see, but it's called Fusion de Saveur. And they come in those little packets. And the thing I love the most about it, well, besides the fact that it reminds me of home, I bought them last year when I went home. I bought a ton and I brought them here. And every time when I feel like I'm a little, that, I'm not so well and I miss home and I miss my mom and I just, it happens. It happens. So then I will cook that. I will use that in my food. Or whenever I feel like it's again the same meal, I will use those in my food. So this one specifically is for rice. It's a yellow rice that we make back home. This one is for beef and chicken. And this one is for a red rice that we make back home. We eat a lot of rice. I love rice. And this one is for fish. And this one is for fish that we also make back home. The things that I like about these is that the ingredients, not only do they remind me of home, but the ingredients are very clear. Like in this one here for the yellow rice, there's only 3 ingredients in it. I can make this from home, at home, but there's only 3 ingredients here. There is no word that I do not recognize. There is no word in it that is not an actual food, and it's the same in all the packages. There's nothing that looks like a science experiment. It's just curcuma, ginger. I love ginger, black pepper. Like I understand all the words, everything that's in it. And so I do really, really like that. The other thing, oops, that fell. The other one that I like is a spice from Senegal. My mother lives in Senegal, and I got to go there for the first time last year. And I love Senegalese food. I love Senegalese food. It's just so good. And so when I was there, I got a few bags of these, and I also got a few bags of these. These are seasonings. Now, this is a bit different. The ingredient list is a bit longer. The ingredient list is very much like some things that you buy at Walmart sometimes, and you buy at the grocery store sometimes here, and you're just like, okay, what language is that? What lab is that coming from? So it's not the best. I don't have many, but I got them because the Senegalese make a rice that I really like. And sometimes I call my friend who lived in Senegal for a very long time and I say, hey, can you make this dish for me? And she uses those. So that's why I got those. And this is chili powder. This is chili powder also. And I have that. That's from Senegal. So these are the things that I got. I have them here because they remind me of home, because they remind me of my mom, they remind me of my sisters, and just good times. And I think spices have really the power to do that. And that's why I love them so much. I really do. I really do love them. If I listen to myself, I would have the biggest spice collection ever. You know how some people collect shoes and some people collect other things? I would definitely be one who collects spices. Definitely. Now, on a budget, going back to being on the budget, there is one more thing that I want to mention that I am absolutely not ashamed of doing. And to many of you guys in the comment section in my videos, you mentioned that is, when you go somewhere and they have little packets of salt and pepper here and there, grab them. Grab them and take them home. If it's something that you like, grab them and take them home. And that's what I want to show you here. I actually didn't, I collect those a little bit because they come from the ramen noodle bags. They come from the ramen noodle bags. I do collect them. Do I use them very often? No, I don't. Like this one here. I don't know if you recognize this one. It is very hot. It is very hot, and I've had it for several months. I used it once, and I was like, okay, I think you're gonna go in the cabinet, but that's that's about it. So I have those. This is soy. This is spicy soy sauce, and this is another soy sauce. It came from my noodles. I got them from the noodles. I don't throw them away. There are the ones, the ones that come from. Some of them I do throw away because I really just don't like them. It's from another company that we all know. I think we all know they're very, very cheap, and I don't use those. But that's soy sauce. I do like soy sauce. For fried rice, it's very easy to make fried rice. It's something that I make very often because I love rice. And fried rice can be made with pretty much any leftover that you have in the house. And then at the end, I just toss one of those packets, one of those soy sauce packet. This is extremely spicy, and I love spicy food. So I would put just a little bit of it inside as well. I showed you earlier I have chili peppers and I have all the peppers. So my favorite pepper is habanero. It is habanero pepper is my favorite one. So this is my collection of spices. And like I said, I do have that. It took me 4 years to have this, and it's not much, right? I don't feel like it's very much, but they're all very important in my kitchen, whether they're considered basic spices that I use all the time, or they are spices that I have here because they remind me of something that is so dear to me, or they are spices that were requested by friends. I keep them on hands because when my friend comes to cook for me, I know that they're going to use those, and I know that they need them, so I have them for them. Okay, that's my spice cabinet, guys. Thank you so much for coming. What I would like to know is, what's your favorite spice, if you have one? I would like to know what basic spices you think are the most important in the kitchen. Please let me know. And also, what else? Is there a spice that reminds you of something special? And if you don't mind sharing what that thing is, please let us know. So that's my spice collection. It's not, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think I have enough. All right. This was a video that I really wanted to do. And, oh, you love all of them. Yeah. Yeah, I do love all the spices. I love so much. And what I would really like to know, if I took the time, it'd probably take a long time. Like, I would sit and just kind of learn about all the spices from all around the world. Like, I really would. That's something that would interest me. I think about, cultures that use a lot of spices. The Ethiopians do come in mind. The Senegalese do come in mind. And who else? The Turkish, the Indians, India. I would love to go and try their spices. India comes to mind. But even cultures that are not specifically known for their spices, I think that they all have one or two that is quite good. And I would really like to know. I would like to take the time and learn about that. But I love all the spices like you, Kathy. I love all the spices. Ginger is at the top of my list. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for connecting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. And I will be live again on Thursday. The subject of Thursday live is already posted on my channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, you click on the live. The subject for the live on Thursday is already posted. It gives you a couple of days to think about it. And if you have any questions, if you want to participate, feel free to connect and and talk in the comments. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Bye.